All right, up on the board, I have the equation of a circle, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. A reminder, h and k, that's your center. All right, so I'm going to plug numbers in for h and k, and that'll be my center. And you're going to see a number in for r squared, but we're looking for just r, though. Okay, r is your radius length. All right. So that first question is just basic circle equation. What's the center, coordinates of the center and the radius length? All right, so take a look. I got a 1 in there, and I got a 2 in there. What's going to be my h and k value for the center coordinates here? Center of this circle here. All right, let's roll because I want to get through some stuff. 16. 1 and 2. To make life easy on you, you just change the sign. Okay, just change the sign. 25 is not the radius length, though. 25 is not. It's the radius length squared. So 12, what must have been my radius? 5. There you go. You got to take the square root of it. So very basic. Very basic. I'm going to save this next problem to last. Okay, I'm going to save this next problem to last. So let's go to this one right here. This is what you're not going to like, but will probably be on the exam. All right, put it into this form. Okay, that's what I'm asking you to do. Take this form right here and put it into the one we just had. The way we do that, completing the square. We have to do the completing the square process. Let's review. First step has nothing to do with completing the square. You got to get the number over. So move the 3 over and rewrite it so the x's are together and the y's are together. So the x squared I want with negative 2x. The y squared I want with 6y. And then the 3 gets booted over and becomes negative 3. That's your first job. If it's not done already, get the number over, group the x's and the y's together. Next step. Now you have to add a number to the x and the y's. So x squared minus 2x, we're going to add something to it. Y squared plus 6y, we're going to add something to it. And then remember, whatever those somethings are, have to get added to the right side to get balanced. Okay, whatever those somethings are, we're going to add it to the right side. Anybody remember how to get those new numbers? Zach? More. You take half your b value, but I need more than that. Scott? Square it after. So everyone take half a negative 2 right now and square it. And that number should always be positive when we do this. So take half a negative 2 and square it right now. All of us should be getting 1. Over here, again, now do the same thing for the y's because you got to do it twice. Once for the x and the y's. Go ahead, take half your b value and square it now. We should be getting 9 out. Again, big mistake. Don't forget to add it to the right side as well to keep it balanced. Half the b value, square it. All good? Next up, factor. Factor. 2 numbers that multiply to 1 but add to negative 2. Hey, 2 numbers that multiply to 1. 1 and 1, right? But how do I get them to add to negative 2? Okay, yep, and this will be squared. It's the same. It's got to be the same numbers you think about. Same numbers. Plus, what about over here? Times 9 plus 6. 3 and 3. Yep. And then over here, negative 3 plus 10. 7. And that's a choice somewhere up there you can figure out. We okay there? We're going to do another one right now. Any questions? Going? All right, next one. Now find the center and radius after you convert it. Everyone see the x squared is just by itself? There's nothing with it. That means my coordinate's going to be 0. That's why you see 0 and all there. So the only time we have to complete the squares for the what? The y's. That's it. X squared, we know that coordinate's going to be 0 because there's no other x with it. So now we got to complete the square for the y's now. I'll give you a second. I'll call on somebody to see what my new value is over there that you got to add to it. Half your b value, square it. What's the number I'm going to add to the y's here? 2. Half your, ready? I'm going to reteach it now. Half your b value,
9.
Squared, 9. Make sure we add it to the right side. Not changing here. X squared plus, what's it? I'm not even going to ask because we just factored that, the same thing up top. Y plus 3, all squared, equal to 16. All right, we already said our x coordinate's going to be 0. What about the y coordinate? I got a positive 3 in there. What's my y coordinate of the center? 15. What do we got? Negative 3. Yep. And my radius, if there's a 16 there, it's not 16. 7. 6. 4. Completing the square. It's almost guaranteed. All right, any questions before I go on to a more challenging one to end this? All right, let's go back to that one I skipped over with you. So what's the equation of this circle here? AB is a chord. They tell us where the center is, though, right? The distance from the midpoint of AB to the center of the circle is 2 units. So I need to find the midpoint so I can go 2 units away. All right. Midpoint formula, if you don't know it, let's get out your cold hard fact sheet right now. It should be right on the first page, I believe. It's grouped with distance and slope. Everyone see it? You're going to add your x's and divide by 2. And you're going to take your y coordinates of A and B, add them and divide by 2. So go ahead. Take A and B's x, add them together, divide by 2. Do the same thing for the y so we can figure out what the midpoint is. How about 3, negative 2? Now, hey, I know. Some of you are probably saying, why did we use the midpoint formula? Couldn't I just figure out what point's halfway in between because it's graphed? You could, but I'd like to expose you to the midpoint formula every once in a while here because I'm sure you'll need it. All right, so 3, negative 2. Everyone plot it on your graph. 1, 2, 3, negative 2. There's my midpoint. Where's the center located? 2 units away, right? All right, it could be to the left or it could be to the right. We don't know. So anybody will have a preference, left or right? Why would it be up? Why would it be? It's 2 units away. 2 units from the midpoint. I don't think it. How? Okay. If I want, ready? Here we go. If I wanted to go up, the center is going to be on the chord. Is that true? Correct. If I go down, that's not going to work because the center is never going to be on the chord, right? So left, right. What do we got? All right. I'm just going to go left though. 1, 2. Okay. The center could possibly be there. What's that point? 1, -2, right? So the center could possibly be at 1, -2. What's the other piece of the circle formula I'm missing? I got the center. What else do I need still? 18. What else do I still need? I got the center part done. What's the other part of the circle formula?
The coordinates, like the x.
I got the center. What's the other part? Need to figure out what the radius is, right? All right. Well, if this is the center and this is a point on the, because this is a chord, wouldn't this be the radius length? Everyone agree? Because it's on. Look, take a look. Let me get I got another one here. New flip chart. Here's my center. If this is a chord, wouldn't that be the radius length? Ooh, how do I find that length now? Yeah, buddy. Yep, distance formula. I'm going to need to know the distance from 1, -2 to point A. Good thing you got your cold hard fact sheet still open. So you're going to go from the center, 1, -2, to point A. Or you could go to point B too. It's still going to be the same. We're getting the square root of 29 for your distance. Square root of 29. Now remember, that's R. That's R, right? That's the radius length. What do we need for the circle formula? R squared, right? I need R squared. So if R is radical 29 and I want to square it, what would I plug into the equation then? Not radical 29. Just 29, right? Because when I square radical, it becomes the number underneath. So the radius, I got my center. Radius is 29, so I can eliminate choices 3 and 4. If the center is 1, -2, is that answer there? Is that answer there when I flip the signs? Yep, it's there. Choice 1. So we made a good decision going to the left and not the right. Because it wouldn't have been there if it was to the right. All right, all good? All right, I'm going to put you in groups now. You take out your June 2020 exam. June. It's June 20. January 2020. Sorry, January 2020. We weren't here in June 2020. January 2020. I'm going to put you in groups. Going to give you a set of problems to do. If you get stuck at all, call me over. When you're all done, you're going to look at the answer key that's posted on Classroom. All right. So have that out. Have your cold hard fact sheet open because I may come over and say, oh, you might want to look there instead of me giving you the answer. All right. Okay. 4 pack right here for me. You guys can turn around and work. So these 4 over here. 7, 8, so 4 here. So Romeo, you guys shift over there for me. Together. Here are the problems right around the board. I do not want that. Check that. Check. Get out your Chromebooks for me. I wanted to go to a new exam. That's on me. I wanted to go to the next exam. So take out your Chromebooks. August 2019. I want to download it into Cami. We're all done with the January 2020, from my perspective anyway. So go on the Classroom, download a blank August 2019 exam. And these numbers up here are the ones I want you to try out. If you get done, I got more for you. But let's get these done and checked first. These 5 problems. August 2019.